Hey YouTube, what's poppin'? It's Xenon ZT. I'm back. So I just want to ask, how are y'all doing first of all? And let's get into business. We're back to business, baby. So we're starting by discussing some things in the channel. As you can notice, I changed the name from Xenon ZT to my hero what ifs. That is full channel can reach more people because Xenon is just a small name. Who would know that? Plus, I want my content to reach other people, especially with these brand new series that I have in mind and I'm gonna start creating. Second thing, I'm still called Xenon. It doesn't change that. So if you see it in the intro or anything else, don't panic about it. I'm still Xenon ZT, yet the channel is called My Hero What Ifs. Third of all, I'm stopping with the subtitles with what if Deku had this kind of power. It will be more like the name of the power of the route I'm gonna take with the story or something else. Like this what if will be called Rage. So I hope you enjoy it, guys. And one last thing, and the picture on my account is of Muslim Kisaki. It's funny as fuck. Gotta admit that. And don't start with the bullshit in the comments. I'm a Muslim too, so I take the piss too, you know. So without further ado, play my shit. Today's story begins with a kid, a special kid at that, named Izuku Midoriya, fathered by Hisashi Midoriya, and his mother is Inko Midoriya. Deku is a bright kid, as always, just like in the anime, and as we know him. He's a bright kid till the fateful day when he reaches the age of 4, when he is hit with the hard truth in life that you can't have everything in life, and some dreams are meant to be crushed. That is the life of Izuku Midoriya. That is his destiny, and that is his downfall and the reason for his rise. So we continue. Deku grew up around Katsuki Bakugo, the boy with the flashy quirk, explosion, that impressed everybody, and everybody kept praising him and raising him to be this prophecy of a child that will even surpass All Might one day. Instead, he let the ego and let the people talking and all the praise go into his head and fill his ego to an unprecedented levels, which caused Katsuki Bakugo to develop a god complex and an inferiority complex at the same time. An unfaithful day when they were playing in the woods and Bakugo fell down from a tree. Deku, being the Deku as we know, the heroic kid, he jumped on from the tree, going to check on Bakugo to see if he's alright. But this time, he was met with an explosion, and Bakugo scoffing at him. Who do you think you are, Deku? Don't ever show your face to me, and don't ever try to give me help, you useless nerd. As Deku wiped the tears from his face and the burn marks on his clothes, he got up and started walking home. The years continued, and Deku always stood up to Bakugo for it, but he will always end up alone. Alone without nobody, because each time Deku starts to form any new relationship, either he's crushed by people realizing that he is quirkless, or that Bakugo scares them to death that they stop hanging out with Deku. Deku started feeling loneliness from a young age, neglected by the society that he was born into, by the people he admired. But he still clung to hope that one day things might change. That is life after all. We fall down, yet we still get up. So Deku kept on getting up, even though the loneliness kept getting worse and worse. Even though he started having mental breakdowns, sometimes crying to himself about his situations, but he always kept on a smile on his face and did what he had to do. And at the age of 10, Deku encountered Bakugo for the second time in a real fight. Deku was demolished by Bakugo raw strength. He had nothing to do as he was bullied by the other kids. And a smoldering fire was building up inside Deku. A smoldering fire to destroy and to conquer, that is. That smoldering fire will continue to develop through the years. We jump into Deku's 12th birthday as he is walking down to the beach, having some fun by himself, hanging out. He sees a cat stuck at the top of the tree. As he saw it, he saw a little girl trying to climb up to her kitten, trying to save her. But Deku, being the Deku we know, he was the first one jumping there to save her. Deku jumped on the tree and climbed as far as he can. He picked up the kitten and put it on his hand, yet the kitten scratched him, which caused him to fall from the tree. The little girl was terrified that this will happen to the little boy, that he will fall to his death. Yet Deku, the moment he hit the ground and his head hit the floor, something awoke him. And it spoke inside of Deku's mind. Ugh, God damn it, why did you wake me up? Deku jolted from being unconscious and he looked around to see the girl checking on him. Are you okay? Deku responded, I'm okay, don't worry about it. Is the kitten alright? And the kitten was playing with Deku's hand, licking it and patting her head down at it. Deku said, thank God. I thought something might happen to it. Then the girl looked at Deku. Thank you for helping. I was pretty scared for my kitten right there. So, thank you. And she bowed to Deku. Deku said, no problem. I'm striving to be a hero after all. I gotta give my hand to help. The voice spoke again. Bullshit. Deku looked around to see nobody. He thought to himself, I'm hallucinating. Then he looked around and the girl said, it's getting pretty dark. I gotta go home. Deku looked around and saw that the sun was going down. I guess I was knocked out for a pretty long time. I see, huh? I'll see you around. As Deku walked up and dusted himself off, and he took a stroll down the beach and took a route to home, going to his bed straight from it, feeling the pain of the fall. God damn it, that hurts, he mumbled to himself. I hope Mom doesn't see this or she's gonna scold me. I'm gonna hit to bed. As Deku shut his eyes, he went to the dreamland where he met a dark figure looking at him. So you finally came, kid, huh? Deku said in a scared voice. Who are you? Don't you recognize me, kid? I'm you. Deku said, huh? What do you mean? You're me. The voice said menacingly. I'm you. I'm the you that you always wanted to be. Remember? On top of everyone, a hero with a big smile as he put his fingers around his face, cracking up a crooked smile looking at Deku. I will give you power, kid. Just accept it. Deku looked at him. No, thank you. I will create my own powers. The voice said in another channel voice. You don't have to accept it, kid. I'm part of you, remember? So I got a hold of you. So we either cooperate with each other or one of us has to go, Deku said in a courageous voice. We'll see about that. The next day went normal for Deku. As he woke up from bed, he looked around. Another nightmare. God. The voice spoke. Nope. Not even close. Deku said, huh? Who are you? What are you doing? As I said yesterday, kid, I'm you. Deku looked. This must be a dream. I'm dreaming. As he poked his cheek to check out if he's sleeping, but nothing. The harder he poked, the more red his cheek turned. Yet the voice wouldn't change. I advise you to stop that, kid. You're pretty weak, I say. What have you been doing all these years, huh? Sitting on your butt, clenching to the dreams that you're gonna be a hero with a frail body as that, huh? You're gonna make me laugh. We have the same goal after all. I am you, remember? Being a hero runs in our blood. The fucking ability to want to save everybody, huh? We both have that. Yet, you're still weak. I'll show you some things next time. Now, let me take my nap. As the voice went dead silent, Deku looked around, scared, but he did not want to share anything of what happened with his mother or anyone at that. Yet, nobody will be able to hear what he's saying because nobody listens to Deku. He's the useless kid after all. Deku went downstairs to meet his mother as she saw his red cheek. His mother looked at him. Is everything okay? Okay, dear? Deku responded to her. Yeah, Mom. I thought I was still dreaming, so I poked my cheek pretty hard. And she said, you better be careful. And as they chuckled and had breakfast together, Deku walked to school, avoiding the masses, avoiding the classmates. He was at his second year of junior high. As he was getting into class, he met eye to eye with Bakugo, as Bakugo looked at him and cracked a wicked smile at Deku, and he bumped his fist, creating a small explosion, thinking that he will get the chance to toy with Deku. But nothing happened as the teacher got into class before Bakugo could even lay hands on Deku. Deku said to himself, whew, saved by the bell. As he sat down to his class, the class went as usual. Deku dreading the moment where Bakugo and the class is over, that Bakugo will come and beat his ass as always. Yet Deku was cheerful for once. He has someone to talk to, even though that person is quite a douchebag at that. So Deku, at the end of the class, Bakugo grabbed Deku by the collar, huh? What was that smirk, huh? Who gave you the permission to smirk, kid? The other voice spoke. You better not lay hands on me. If you're prepared to take a beating, do it. If you're not, I advise you to take your hands off me. Bakugo was stunned at what the words were coming out of Deku's mouth as Deku stumbled backward as he fell to the wall behind him. I didn't see that, Katsuki. I didn't say Kachan. I didn't say it. I swear. The other guy said it as he was panicking, preparing as the fist was flying towards Deku's face as he grabbed it. I told you, don't lay hands on me. As the terrified look on Deku's face turned from normal, scared look to a terrifying glare, looking at the soul of Bakugo, which sent shivers down his spine as the fist was being crushed by the grip of Deku. Weak, I say. Bakugo was stunned that Deku is having this much power over him, and the change in personality amazed him that Deku has this kind of courageous side to him. I guess I made you snap, huh? As Bakugo was gonna send an explosion towards Deku, Deku kneed him in the stomach. You better not do that. Bakugo coughed up as he stumbled backward, and his lackeys grabbed into him. Deku's body changed too. He grown taller. He grown a bit more muscular. He significantly muscular than the shriveled up Deku, and he said, "You're dealing with a different entity here. It's not the Izuku Midoriya you know. Prove yourself to me, and I'll tell you my name." As as the story unfolds, Deku is in the back foot watching what's happening as he's screaming to gain back control, but he can't, and the voice spoke. "Better let me handle it now, kid. I promise you he won't bother you ever again." As the other voice prepared Deku's body for a fight as he stood up and he looked at Bakugo with a menacing laugh. Bakugo said to himself and said out loud, "Finally putting up a good fight, I see, huh? Bring it on, Deku." As Bakugo lunged at Deku, gonna send an explosion to his face, Deku vanished from his sight as he tackled his leg and threw him down to the ground, landing a punch straight down to the face of Bakugo, crushing it down his fist. As the fist rose up from Bakugo's face, bloodied because he broke his nose. And as he got up, Deku was horrified at the scene that he was able to hurt one of his friends. Even if it's not him, the entity was using his body. As the other Buddhists looked terrified and the voice spoke again. "Who's next?" And them having the chills, yet they know the wrath of Bakugo if they run. As they prepare to fight Deku, one of them elongated his fingers trying to catch a hold of Deku, and one spread his wings to try to slash at him. Deku grabbed the winged boy as he twisted him and threw him down to the ground with such a force that it broke the other wing. And then he looked at the finger guy as he locked arms with his fingers and crushed them behind. And he used force, and he was applying it more and more and more and more. As Deku screamed, "Stop it! Stop! No! I don't want to hurt anybody. I want to save them." As he woke up at the last moment before crushing the kid's hand with his fist, he looked horrified as he looked at the massacre that happened behind him, in front of him, as Bakugo laid unconscious with a broken nose, a kid with a broken wing crying, and the other holding his hand tight as he looked at him and called him a monster. What are you?" As Deku was shivering, as the teachers got into class and saw Deku standing over the others, as the other kids came and saw the horrifying scene, and they were pretty bewildered, shocked that the strongest kid was laying down head first on the pavement, knocked out with his lackeys. And the shriveled up, bullied along kid was standing tall, shivering, yet standing above their bodies. Winning. The voice spoke again. "You can thank me later, kids. He won't bother you ever again." That weakling didn't give me even a warm-up. Huh. As he cracked his neck. "Let's go," as the teacher grabbed Deku by the collar and dragged him to the office of the principal, and he asked him, "What did you do? You committed such a horrific violence against the kids." As Deku looked at them with a horrified look. "I didn't mean to. I was just defending myself. I'm sorry," as he cried down to them. But his cries fell on deaf ears. The voice was getting pretty irritated as he heard the others. As he woke up once again, he had a stern look on his face. "You call this society just?" The teachers were shivering at the change of tone of Deku. The respectful kid was no longer, as a stern voice kept talking. You praise the strong, yet belittle the weak, I say. You gotta work on that as he cracked his finger, signaling threat to the teachers. Nobody lays hands on him as he spoke on in third person. The teacher asked him. The teacher asked, "What do you mean by him?" "I mean me. And you never know, and you never search, and you never try to help for 9 years as he was broken, bloodied, bullied to loneliness, and stood there taking it all. Yet nothing changed as you watched. Even you, as he pointed at the long-handed teacher. You were there, you scum. You were there watching as Bakugo blew my disc multiple times trying to harm me as he left scars on my body and his. So you are next on my list. Try doing anything and I will destroy you." As the chill and the killing intent in the area started flaring up, the teachers were scared for their life. The sweet Izuku Midoriya was no more. As the voice slept down and Deku woke up, jolting from his seat. I'm sorry, what did I do? What happened? I'm sorry, as he kept apologizing, throwing the teachers into a frenzy as they thought about what he said, about what happened. "Izuku Midoriya, you're expelled for 3 days. Write an apology letters to the parents of the kids, and we will deal with medical attention to them. You hear that? Now leave." As he left and the teachers looked at each other. Is he okay? Is that kid okay? As the principal turned to the other teacher. "Now it's your turn to pay for what happened to that kid. It could have been avoided, you know." As the teacher stumbled at his words and he said, "I had nothing to do with it. They were just a bunch of rowdy kids. They're trying to have fun, you know." As he said, "We are an educational facility. We discipline kids, not let them have fun. Now look what happened. Look, 3 injured, 1 can be thrown into the loony bin. What do you think will happen? This will never get to public ears. Hear me?" As the teacher said, "Yes, sir. I'm sorry. I'll take better care of the class from now on. I'm sorry." As he apologized profusely as he was ordered to leave. As the principal scratched his head. What will I do now? Deku was pretty bummed about what happened, so he went to the beach, his favorite place to hang out. As he looked at the rubble around him and the destroyed trash laying all over the place. Somebody better start cleaning this place out. As he looked around and he sat down staring at the crashing waves right in front of him, the voice spoke. "Kid, we need to talk." Izuku looked around. "You again?" The voice said, "Let me explain first. I'm sorry." Deku said, "You're sorry?" "Yeah, kid, I'm sorry. I lose control sometimes, especially when I see people hurting you. And I'm a part of you, you know. So when somebody's hurting you, he's hurting me. You be the brains of the team, and I'll be the brawn. I will make you number 1, Deku said. But I want to make that happen myself. I am you, remember? Let's work on this together, or we'll be pretty done for, you know." So, name is Mikey. Deku looked around. "Mikey? Are you a foreigner?" "No, it's my name, idiot. I've been watching you for more than 8 years now, since the incident with Bakugo, as he blew you up. So the anger was building up pretty rough. And I couldn't watch it anymore, and the fall from the tree actually helped me wake up once and for all. So we are a team, remember? So from time to time, if I see the situation getting sticky, I'll take over. But remember, kid, I'll always be by your side. We're in this together, together as one. Now, let me explain the personality of Mikey. Mikey is an outgoing person. He is a savage, basically. He likes fighting. He has unbound rage. And the more angrier he gets, the more his fighting styles become messy and brutal. So it's hard for him to control himself around people or anything at that sort. So Deku has to keep him in check every time that happens. And one more thing, if you know about split personalities, when a person with split personality, there is occasion when he changes, like hair color, eye color, physique. He gains more abilities. So Deku is still a normal kid without a quirk. Yet his personality, Mikey, might have a quirk. I'm thinking about it, and I'm thinking about adding him a quirk. But for now, he is blessed with immense physical strength. Immense is what I say. Like when he fought Bakugo this time, he didn't even use above 2% of his strength. He straight up demolished him only with technique. He didn't use raw strength or his rage. So keep that in mind. Plus, his personality changes. He became more vulgar, more uncivilized. He is like the beast inside everybody that wants to get out, destroy, hurt. Yet he still has his heroic side, Izuku, that will always keep him in check. So let's get back to the story. As Deku sat down and looked at the sea, and he thought to himself, so he's a part of me. So Mikey, as he spoke, thank you for sticking up for me that time. That was really the first time anybody stood up to Bakugo for me and helped me out. As Mikey said, stop it with the sentimental bullshit right now. You're making me doze off. I told you, we're in this together. We ride together, we die together. Bad boys for life. Deku looked around. Dude, we watched Bad Boys around 4 years ago. What are you talking about? The voice, shut up and didn't speak in other words. Cringe, as Deku said, laughing to himself as he went home and broke the news to his mother. As his mother grabbed him by the hand and took him to the house of Bakugo, as they both apologized to Bakugo's mother profusely about what happened and the harm Deku caused. And Bakugo's mother was pretty understanding over the situation, and she explained that Bakugo has a complex about his strength, about everything, that he is supposed to be the god of this life. So that was a pretty good knockdown to Bakugo, and Bakugo will gain a lot of experience from that one. So instead, let me thank you, Deku, and let me thank you, Izuku, for what you did. I don't know if I should accept that. Thank you. As he said, don't worry about it, but you better thank the other people. As the other people, as they searched at their location, they found out that the boy with the wing was taken to the hospital. And they went there first, as they apologized to the kid profusely, and the kid was pretty scared at Deku, as a doctor with a huge mustache and huge goggles glared at Deku daggers. As Deku went up to him and smiled, as the other voice spoke. Watch out, I feel bad intention from that doctor. Deku responded in his head, what do you mean? I feel danger, kid. Grab our mother and run. As Deku applied with the voice and grabbed his mother ankle and said, we did what we came here for, Mom. They were the one bullying me. Now let's go. As he grabbed her and went on, as the doctor kept on glaring daggers at Deku until he was out of his sight. The next boy was the one with fingers. They reached his house. They had a cake in hand and they knocked at the door as the father's kid came out and started screaming at Inko, which brought her to tears as Mikey spoke up. Your kid was bullying me for more than 9 years. He got what he's deserving. Do you want to go the same route as him? We came here to apologize, but I don't mind knocking some sense into your thick skull. Watch what your kid's doing, or don't be a parent. As the father stumbled into his house and cursed the name of Izuku Midoriya, and he closed the door as Inko looked at Izuku. Izuku, what was that? As Izuku replied with with a soft voice, it was nothing, Mom. Don't worry about it. I just didn't like the fact that he was talking to you that way. And he responded to Mikey in his voice, Man, don't do that in front of Mom. We need to talk about this. And thank you nonetheless. That was pretty good of you. As they went home and his mother cooked him a good dinner, as they sat down for dinner, and she said, I'm proud of you, Izuku, for standing up for yourself. Yet, please, son, don't take it that far again. So this was today's story. This is all for today. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you love this new series. And don't forget to like, subscribe. We're almost at 1,000 likes. I got a pretty good feeling about this one. What if? I put some thought into it and the premise is pretty cool. Now, for the next episode, what will happen with Mikey and Deku meeting All Might? What will happen when they meet the sludge villain? When All Might will see what will happen in the next episode of What If Deku had split personality, or as I like to call it, rage. So let's discuss about the channel. As I said from the beginning, that's what happened to the channel. And pretty wild, huh? We're actually almost at 1,000 subscribers. I think you guys can pull it through and make it 1,000. Who knows? Nonetheless, I want to thank you for everyone who stood up for me and who kept on watching, even though the breaks and the hiatuses were so big. And one last thing to all my Muslim friends and brothers out there who's watching the content, I want to say Sahar Ramadankum and Eid Mubarak, and may everyone have a good time with the family and have fun. It's been your boy Zeno ZT, and I'm out of here, or more likely my hero Arif, and I'm out of here. See y'all in the next episode. Peace.